When we deal with the vectors, we must know the fundamental operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Here we are going to study how we'll add the vectors. We'll add the vectors. Mind, scalar plus scalar, set the scalar. Vector plus vector will be vector. If you take the difference, then also it is same. Means sum or difference of two scalar, a scalar. Sum or difference of two vectors, a vector. But when it comes to sum or difference of scalar and vector, it is not meaningful. It is irrelevant, meaningless, and not allowed. So never think of this thing. For adding the vectors, we have two methods. One method is called triangle method, other is called parallelogram. In triangle method, suppose you are having two vectors, A and B. Those vectors have been depicted here, A and B. It hardly matters whether you add A plus B or B plus A. So we are doing here B plus A. What we do? We draw a first vector, and with the head of this first vector, we start the tail of the second vector. This is B plus A. It becomes B plus A. Here, we started A first, and then we drew vector B. Again, it is going to be the same. So, these both are either A plus B or B plus A, both are same. In parallelogram method, we need a detailed discussion. Parallelogram method. Triangle method could be used for geometrical purposes. It doesn't give you any formula. If you want to get the length of the resultant, you need either scale or some method of reduction. But in parallelogram method, we'll have a correct, complete formula for the value and direction of the resultant. What we do for finding resultant by this method, we draw both the vectors from one very point. A and B we have drawn from the same point. Parallel to these two vectors, we draw the other sides of a parallelogram and it is completed. What vector goes from the common point as a diagonal, that gets the resultant. This is the resultant of A and B. Once again, I repeat, you draw both the vectors to be added from one point as the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, complete the other two sides. The diagonal starting from the same very point is going to give the resultant. Now, how will you find the value of this resultant? Here, A plus B, this is equal to R. Means we are using the notation R for the resultant. R, you want to know its direction and its magnitude both. See, Cn will be equal to B sine theta and Pn will be equal to B cos theta. B cos theta, Cn equal to B sine theta. You consider this triangle. How this triangle has been prepared? Actually, this side OP was stretched and a perpendicular was drawn from C on this extended OP. This is Cn. In triangle PCN, you will have Cn equal to this much, B sin theta, Pn equal to B cos theta. Consider this big triangle OCN. OCN. This OC squares, right angle triangle, Pythagoras theorem. This is going to be ON square plus CN square. You put the values of Cn and Pn, you find OCs R square, ON. This is A plus B cos theta. A plus B cos theta whole square plus Cn square, that is equal to B sin theta. B sin theta whole square. On opening the brackets, you find here B square cos square theta plus B square sin square theta. I have taken this along with this, and here you'll have 2AB cos theta that I have taken in the last. This gives you B square. If you take B square common, you'll have sin square theta plus cos square theta, that's equal to 1. So finally, formula that we have here is A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. This is the resultant. You take the square root, you'll have the value of R. This is a very important formula. This we have to use frequently in mechanics, electrostatics, and magnetics. Now the thing is, how will you find the direction? Direction of this R means in which direction R is acting. Suppose this angle is alpha. What is this angle? This is the angle of the resultant R with the vector E. How will you find it? You take again the big triangle, this triangle OCN, triangle OCN. In this triangle, you have tan alpha. Tan alpha equal to Cn upon On. Cn upon On. By putting the value, you find in place of Cn B sin theta, and here it will be A plus B cos theta. This is the way to find the angle of the resultant with any of the two vectors. Suppose you want to find beta, here A and B will be replaced. So we got to know here the magnitude and direction, both that of the resultant.